Hey guys, Some Gamer Dude here. So, before we start today's topic, I just want to explain why I'm so freaking ecstatic about it. It's just so amazing. I love it. I love what Bushiroad's doing. I am genuinely excited. It's the first time I've been excited about Vanguard since Block 3. And that's like, what, 4 years ago now. It's a long time. I need to explain why I'm ecstatic. See, I really loved Vanguard when it first released. Extra Booster 3 was when I started. The game was on its 4th set by then because it did that weird 1, 2, 6 extra 3 thing, mostly because I wanted to hide the cross ride from everyone in the West and set up things to kind of bear it before it happened. I loved it all the way through the Limit Break era, the Break Ride era I should say. The Break Ride era I've honestly overspent. I think I've said this before. It hurts. Then the Legion era forced you to overspend because of the whole version E sets. They were very, very hard to get anything. And also the bad singles market in Australia. And secondly, I never liked the G units, and I never liked how it changed the game. Yes, apparently people are right, it did make the game more balanced, but I just didn't like the changes it made. I honestly think the balancing has more to do with the system of everyone gets support at least once a year and finding a place where support is meaningful, not complete trash. So I didn't like the G units because they devalued the grade 3. They made it just something that gave off other effects to the stride. G unit. It made the game go from my avatar to my toolbox. And the Break Ride was close to this, but it was never nearly as bad as this. Anywho, let's get started. I'm not going to waft on too long. This has been about 2.5 minutes. Let's get started. Hey guys, Some Gamer Dude here. Really excited about today's video. It looks like Bushiroad's going to make Vanguard great again. I said in the preview, I do not like how Vanguard went. I think it strayed too far from the original 2 blocks. I just don't like how everything changed. I don't think it was a positive evolution of the game. We've got a lot to cover, so I won't waft on too much. So, we're getting a brand new animation for the set. No G crap. Journey to reunite with the Vanguards, and it's bringing back the original set. The original characters, Kai, Aichi, and Ren. Characters get a makeover that looks more like the manga. Kamui looks a bit more aggressive, to be honest. Misaki is a lot more elegant. Kai's about the same. And Aichi could pass for an even more believable girl. Team L4 doesn't look much different, or as we call them in the West, Foo Fighters. Still a dumb name. I think Asuka's hair has more detail in it, so does Ren. His doesn't look as spiky, now it's more wavy. Actually looks a bit more realistic. And Kyo looks about the same. Card Capital Crew Emi looks a bit more yeah, like all the girls, a bit more elegant, more realistic designed hair. Morikawa's honestly looks really different in the hair. Just so you know, because this is based on the manga, Kyo's probably playing Murakumo, and Morikawa's your Spark Brothers. Izaki would be still Tachikaze. Then, for some reason, we see Leon really early. Now, I'm not upset about that one. Spark Brothers was the first clan I played. Aquaforce was the one I ended up playing the most. If I do pick up Vanguard again, which I'm really hoping to, I'm really looking forward to it. Aquaforce, probably Shadow Paladins if it doesn't cost several arms and legs. I can only afford one arm and leg, folks. And definitely Oracle Think Tank. Don't like what happened to Oracle Think Tank during the G era. Amaterasu was one of my favourite cards in the original block. I stuck with it as long as I could before the G unit made the Scry just unplayable. I wouldn't touch Nova Grappler again. I wanted to like them. I just never did. I always preferred how Aquaforce played. Wouldn't touch Kagero again. The only royals I really like are the Jewel Knights. That's it. As much as I like Lukia, she's not going to be in the first block. Amon, I probably wouldn't go for again. Probably more interested in Spike Brothers than Murakumo, but probably wait on Nubatama, to be honest. And that'd be over there, actually, unless this is, yeah. Goki and Nagisa. Don't know what Nagisa would play these days, but we might see a better version of Bazkirk, because we'll get into that. And Kenji. Kyoto. Kyoto interests me most because I want to see if Yuri turns up. I hope she does, because my best friend really likes Enigma and Rain from the original block. I think it's one of his favourite decks from the original block, because he mains Grand Blue, so Goki interest. Well, I don't know how much he likes Goki, but he likes Grand Blue. Never liked it becoming the pirate vampire girl, but he liked the original things with the Krakens and the necromancers and whatnot. Dimension Police, and he really likes Mega Colony, which might also be another. Well, we would play Mega Colony because that comes up early too. Anyway, let's get started. Starts May 5th, 2018. Trading card information. All 24 clans will be continued. At least one new release every year. That means we're basically sticking to the same. I think that's been a positive thing so far. Each clan will contain one of 3 attributes, which is new. Excels in offensive strategies such as aggressive attacks or continuous attacks. That's my baby. Force, balanced in offense on defense. Yeah, I got a friend who'd probably like that. Protect. Defensive strategy like an impenetrable fortress. He excel, but he attack and he defend. Okay, and this is how this works. It's the imaginary gift system, which is new. Excel, get an additional front row rear guard circle that cannot be boosted apart from your current circles. That circle gains plus 10,000 power on your turn. So it gains 2 stage boosts. Well, it's actually 1 stage boost in this game. We'll get to that in a second, because a few things have changed. Well, actually, grade 1 would be able to hit anything for 10,000 shit. Well, actually, anything is a. We'll get into that as well. There's a few interesting quirks with shields now. This interests me greatly, but I wonder how many excels you can get. You get this when you ride. We'll get into that in a second. There's some more information that isn't here. Choose a Vanguard or Rearguard circle to place this marker. This is for force, which is balanced. The unit in the circle gains plus 10,000 power on your turn. It can get plus 20,000 power if there are 2 markers, so it stacks once. This is actually really interesting. I wonder how many times you can do this. None of the things say so. Is this just a one-off, or will force promote at least 1 re-ride, or what? Protect also. I kept saying protect like that meme. Also implies re-ride, but Excel would get really unbalanced if it was. Protect. Add this card to your hand and it functions like a perfect guard. This card has to be revealed, and it's just your perfect guard. The original perfect guard too. So it's anyone. Triggers have dramatically changed. They all increased to plus 10,000. This because there doesn't seem to be much 5,000 shields anymore. Critical, draw, heal. So draw gains the plus 10. All plus 10. I'm thinking of the actual shields on them. And the new front trigger, which replaces stand triggers. Now, I really like stand triggers because of Aquaforce, so I will press F to pay respects here. Guys, everyone press F to pay respects for stand triggers. I feel sad now. But front trigger gives plus 10,000 power to all units in the front row, so the Vanguard gets 2 stages from that. Huh. It says all units, not all Rearguard. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Upcoming product information, Trial Decks. Trial Deck Archisendo and Trial Deck Tsukishi Kai. I just got up and had my coffee, so the mispronunciations, it's because my brain's still waking up. We're going back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. Do you remember the Digimon movie? Yeah, I always like that quote from Wendigomon, I think it is. Yeah. That looks like really nice updates to the original ones. But you have changed the logo since I last played the game. Oh, that's really new art, nice art for Dragonic Overlord. Really nice. I really like that. I really do. Blaster Blade. So that has a 5,000 shield, but not everything does. It's interesting. It's weird. And as you can tell, the icon for the shield has changed. But this might just be a product mock-up, not a holder, because Dragonic Overlord doesn't have his gift there. And the art might be shifted over when the actual cards are printed. Royal Paladin / Kagero, 14 card types, all new card likes, 53 total, 50 cards plus 3 gift markers, one of each copy of 4 types of triple rare cards included. So there's 4 triple rare foils in the decks, 4 different cards. Now the 14 types is really interesting because that makes these a legend deck. See, your average deck has 14 different cards. 4 triggers, 1 starter, 2 grade 3, 3 grade 2, and what is it? 4 grade 4 grade 1. And that's a total of 14. So this is a full deck, and it even says that pre-constructed deck. Enjoy the game with only one trial deck purchase. All cards included are trial deck exclusive 4 pieces of Blaster Blade, Overlord, not Dragonic Overlord. That's interesting. And Perfect Guard will be included. Release date June 8, 2018. So we get them about a month later than Japan, I think. Your deck, your first guide, your playmat, and your 3 gift markers. This is a fantastic product. The G-era decks already changed the decks to be really good. This is like one step above, and it kind of forces those nice but expensive legend decks out of the game. I like this change. This is a positive change. You get one of something inspired by the original art, and 3, well, actually get 3 of the inspired by the original art there. I think that's the original art. And 3 and 1 of the new one. That's the thing, or is that the... I don't remember Dragonic Overlord. I just remember that background looking like the Ultra Rare from the first set. So anyway, you get 1 and 3 of 2 different artworks. So if you want to buy multiple decks to get all of the specific artwork, you can choose to. And we get the grade 3 for the Aichi deck. Alfred Early. King of Knights is, I believe, in the set. That's the new marker for the gift. And its effect is very simple. And look, grade 3 now has a base 1300 because all the power curve has changed. We'll get into that in a second. Auto Vanguard, when this is placed on Vanguard, no, just as when this is placed. Yeah, Vanguard. So when this is placed, so placed on Vanguard, it wouldn't be written. I don't know. Costs 1 Counterblast, call up to 1 Blaster Blade from your hand or soul to Reguard Circle, and it gains plus 10 until the end of turn. If you called, it would be from hand. That's really poorly translated. Draw a card, so it'd be from hand, not soul. Anyway, what's interesting about this is, you see the 13? I think it's this image. Blaster Blade has 10,000 power. All the power curve has gone up. There's another image, I think I got it here, where is it? See, this is what's weird, see, grade 3s, then this, grade 1, this Margle, which doesn't seem to have an effect, 5,000, it's really strange. Also, grade 1 at 10,000 should trigger at 5, that's strange, but see how this has got a 7,000 shield down here? You look on this one looks more like an 8 or a 6. Can't exactly see. Same with the Wingull. I can't tell if it's an 8 or a 6. It does definitely look like an 8 to me. You might be able to zoom in and tell. Anyway, next era, you can get a hot stamp. Booster pack is basically an edited version of the BT01. It just has the 4 ones that actually became a deck. Actually, no, Nova Grapple and Oracle Think Tank had to wait till set 2 for their perfect cards, didn't they? 84 cards, so the sets have gone down dramatically. 8 triple rares, which means that, wow, with the way the sets are constructed now, that's, what, a 37.5 chance of getting a triple rare provided that they stay through a box. 12 double rare, I don't think it matters how easy those are to pull because they're cheap as chips now. 17 rares, which means you get just under 1 copy of each per box, and 43 commons. The SVR and the SPs go down to 4 because there's different types of parallel foils now. Imagery. Secret rare, I believe, are just old artworks because it looks like everything's getting new artwork. That's King of Knights Alfred. I kind of miss the old Alfred artwork, but wow, that is nice. The secret rares, I believe, are old cards, old images of cards with new effects. Same packet layout, which means there's $7 here. I can get them as low as $6.50. That's the best I can do. If any nice Americans want to send me some, you're more than happy, and I will love you, but not that way. I'm sorry. Release information. Vanguard rare or special Vanguard rare featuring a main unit will be inserted in each box. Vanguard rare is 4 types, or it doesn't mention them as their own thing. So, the secret rare might be something different. I don't know. That's it. And then you mentioned it there. So, might be featuring a main unit will be inserted in each box. So that sounds like alternative foil to me as well. I've got Freedom Duo's one here as well. Let's go over to Freedom Duo. That's it, guys. Here we go. New rarity. Origin rare. Yeah, that's probably the Vanguard rare. Oh, we can see some images because this is all updated since last time I saw it. Oh, that's a really nice new image of Amaterasu. That's a really nice image of Asura Kaiser. So, let's try to line up what they've said here. New rarity. Image rare is manga of Aichi, so it's image rare. The Vanguard rare, that's the one we're interested in. Origin rare, secret rare is the gift marker, so you don't have to worry about that. It doesn't mention what the Vanguard rare is. I'm curious, what the hell is the Vanguard rare? Might have to wait it out to see. But we'll get to this, guys. Purchase information, they're gonna... secret rare, Vanguard rare is a main unit that will be inserted in each box. So that sounds like alternate foil to me. Or maybe an alternate effect, I don't know. Extremely rare image rare. Rare will be randomly inserted. It's Archie as Blaster Blade. It's just an alternate art. My friend will probably be interested in that one. He likes cosplay type cards. Secret rare will be randomly inserted. Origin rares. Some units with their old demonstration, but new ability and new card frame. They're doing things like Dragon Ball Super, where you buy boosters and get a promo. Each pack contains 2 of 8 types, 4 pairs of cards, Kagero, Oracle Think Tank, Royal Paladin, and Nova Grappler. Here we get the layout. June is the first part. July is Tachikaze, Mega Colony, Spike Brothers. My friend will be really interested in Mega Colony. Then August is Aqua Force, something I'm interested in, and the extra booster basically serves us both. Then September, I cry in a corner and know that I can't have Shadow Paladin because it's probably going to be several arms and legs, and I can't afford that. And you know how Shadow Paladin usually is. It's like several $100s all the time, unfortunately. Tournament regulations, this is something I'm interested in. Standard means you can only use the new cards. They have essentially rotated. Premium is everything, and G format is just the G, up to the G era. Personally, I've wanted to play in a Limit Break or Legionnaire for quite some time, so that's basically what I've said. The transition into Standard and the G format to Premium, basically November G format is discontinued and it becomes Premium for major events, and Standard will be just the main. I hope Standard is what's played most places, to be honest. And some other fluff about a demo caravan. We'll see if that comes into place I can go to. And Bermuda Triangle is going to get its own anime. We're going to get Vanguard links, basically. That's about it. So let's go over to Freedom Duo, because there's some new rules. They're talking about who gets each type. Force is Royal, Kaguro, Spike Brothers, Dimension Police, and Shadow Paladin. I'm really not surprised Dimension Police is there. Yeah, they're all kind of things that Force do. Excel is Nova, Grappler, Tachikaze, Aquaforce, Palmer, and Murakumo so far. Makes sense. Protect is Oracle Think Tank, Mega Colony, Grain Blue, and Dark Irregulars. Really surprised Dark Irregulars are not Force. Mega Colony makes sense, I guess. Grand Blue, yeah, I guess so. Talking about the imaginary gifts. Here we go. Excel, you can have more than 2 additional rearguard circles. You have to call it in sequence left, right. Protect. So you can just get a ton of them at the cost of just playing a ton of grade 3s. Force, select one Vanguard circle or protect. Yep. Gift marker, where it goes up here. New icons for Counter Blast, Soul Blast, Unflip, and Soul Charge. Sorry, Counter Charge it's called these days. Mulligan changes, it becomes more like Force of Will, which I think will raise consistency a lot. It means you don't draw the same cards. It means your consistency of drawing goes up. You actually get closer to what you want. So you pitch back 2. The deck is, you would consider it lower now. G Assist no longer needs G units. Guardian doesn't require the card you're guarding with to be the same level as your Vanguard. Stride is now you may only stride if both players are grade 3 or if your Vanguard is grade 3 at the start of your turn. So in other words, decks that stay on grade 2 or 1 aren't given a huge advantage anymore. And once per turn abilities are no longer triggered forced abilities. And we got the Anime Girl. Out of these, I never really liked Genesis because it's a -1, but I do like the new Mulligan. That is a good change. I like it. Starts from May 1. And let's get to Freedom Duo because, yeah, we've got some new stuff here. Star Drive Dragon. That's from the Preview Decks. Imaginary Gift Force. When it's attacking Vanguard and you have 3 or more rearguards against +3, so it's a 6. Who's this? That's interesting. Knight of Aggression. Aggregation Phil. He's got no. Ooh. So is Alfred not in this deck? 2, 3. Yeah, it seems it. Huh. Wonder where Alfred Early is. Galatine is the exact same but with a 10,000 shield. That's interesting. I like the new template. It's really nice. Knight of Devotion Burgess. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or above, this unit gains +3 power, 5,000 shield. So we're giving the vanillas a 10,000 shield and the cards with effects are 5. Oh. Just keeping a note of the... So I wonder where Alfred comes into this. Let's see, where was Alfred? Let's go up. Up. Yeah, it says, Troll Deck 1001, but so does, Starter Deck. Are these Starter Decks? Huh. There must be, these must be for the, demo decks then. Knight of Devotion, yeah, we read that one. Sage of Literary and Military Arts, Jaron It's a 10 and 5. So yeah, 10 is the standard. Looks regard, when this unit takes a Vanguard and is boosted, you can discard 1 to have it gain plus 10. That isn't too bad. Alan is your new vanilla. 10,000 defense, 8,000 ME. Perfect Guard, Lunoria, she's new. Knight of Strong Armor, she's got 7,000 power, so we are going up a little bit. Discard 1 card. It is a basic thing. Auto Guardian. So we're just, I don't know if that was... I don't know if that was in the G Guardians or the Perfect Guards later on. I'd have to look it up. Knight of Rapid Progress Anil. During a battle where this unit takes a Vanguard, it becomes a 10,000 attacker. Which means with old Alan here, it can take 2 stages. See, here I'm already seeing a problem if Wingo's when it boosts the Vanguard against... Oh, that's interesting. I'm already seeing it's really hard to hit 2 stages against the Vanguard. It's exceedingly hard, actually. Gimme, when you ride this card, draw 1 card. That's a new starter. I really like how they've lowered the text box to how much text is actually there, not spread out the text easily. It's really nice. Epina, which is 15,000 shield. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Flogel, which is now a critical trigger. And yeah, 15,000 shield. Margles at 5,000 shield, so they're keeping draw triggers low. And heal trigger is Elaine at 20,000 shield. Oh, I like how they've done the new shields. They've basically replaced the G units. I really, really like that. This is going to be a really long video. Yeah, these are just preview decks. These are not the trial decks. When it looks like to be about the same. Crested Dragon, there's probably a lot of stuff that comes over there. Wyvern Strike Agard, I think he's new. Embodiment of Shield Ram, I did think that was a thing. Dragon Armor Knight, oh, that was used much later on in the thing. Nahalem, oh, I like the new art for Nahalem where he's got the dragon in the background. A bar is still your vanilla. I wonder what happened to Marin. Guard Griffin is now the perfect guard. Dragonite Burge is... I don't recognise him. Gojo. That might be why there's 2 Gojos. They're reusing characters with different artworks by the look of it. Or there's 2 different versions of Gojo. Lizard Runner Undu is your starter. Tar, so he keeps. Raksha, I noticed they made the characters more prominent on the cards. They've got very plain backgrounds. That's interesting. Might just be for these decks. Red Gem Carbuncle, that sounds familiar. And Genjo. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm really looking forward to this. I want to see where it goes. I'm looking forward to this. May can't come quick enough for Vanguard. Anyway, I've got to set this up and upload it because I've got things to do today. I'm excited. Are you excited? I hope you are. I think we're seeing good things. I like all the changes I've seen. All the changes I've seen, I really, really like. The only thing I am worried about is hitting for 2 stages. But given the amount of plus 10s going around, I'm not sure it's a problem. And I really like how they've compressed the G units into the heal triggers. I think they've buffed up defenses and placed attacks in where they should be. It feels like they've learned from the older game. And guys, I'm just so happy with it. I can't wait. I just really hope one of my locals plays Vanguard again. Because the only one I could really get to shut Vanguard down a while back, so I'd have to find somewhere new. And the only other place I could play actually shut down. So anyway, this has been Some Gamer Dude. I'll talk to you guys next time.